Asus makes a lot of different tech stuff, and this is one of them. This is their Asus ZenWatch 2. It's a pretty awesome, actually pretty decent value smartwatch. Stick around for the full review. Check out our website at TechteamGB.co.uk for more info on both this and many other products, and also up-to-date news on all things tech. Stick around for this awesome video. So I think the majority of this review is probably going to be me sitting here talking about my experiences and generally everything about the watch, as opposed to my usual kind of B-roll and then kind of my opinions and stuff, as this isn't something I normally take a look at. And I'd really like to know what you think of the video, as well as just generally if you'd like to see me review more of this or more of my kind of usual laptops and monitors and stuff like that. So let me know in the comments down below. So first up, I want to mention that I got the gunmetal and the blue leather version of this, so I actually really like the overall quality. I don't generally tend to wear a watch myself, but this one felt very nice, very good on the wrist. It felt, you know, it fit quite well. Obviously with this style of band, it was very easy to fit with all the kind of multiple holes, and generally just felt quite good quality. It's very kind of, I guess, robust, and the fact that it's IP67 waterproof means that technically speaking you can, you know, take this in the shower with you or something, although I wouldn't recommend deep sea diving with it if that's your thing. Now the battery on this is 400 milliamp hours, which is actually really impressive. In terms of what that means in terms of real world battery life, if you're using the always on feature, which for the AMOLED screen means that certain pixels are lighting up to show you the time and generally whatever else is on your screen, then you're looking about a day of battery life, a little bit more actually. If you're using the, or if you turn that feature off where the screen is completely off until you look at it, touch it, or press the button on the side, you're looking at about 3 days of battery life, which is actually really good. And considering this is a relatively cheap smartwatch, and especially in comparison to something like the Apple Watch, this is actually really awesome. So in terms of the specs, this is a Qualcomm quad-core, which is actually pretty fast considering it's a smartwatch. It's got 512 megabytes of RAM, 4 gigs of flash to store the OS, and it's a 1.6-inch 320 by 320 AMOLED screen. Now for me this is a really great spec, especially in such a small size. Obviously a great battery life, and I didn't see any stuttering. It was very fluid, all the animations are great, so I'm really impressed with that. In terms of the software features for this, you've got quite a few cool ones. So obviously the main software features with Android OS are things like easily responding to texts, especially with stuff like voice. So if you do get a text message, you can swipe up, swipe to the right, and then reply with SMS, and then say what you want to send and it'll automatically send it. You can also do things like say, "Okay Google," when the screen is on, and it will turn on, and you can, you know, ask it to start a timer, start a stopwatch, or navigate to somewhere using your phone. And actually one of the really cool features is navigation, and I'll talk a little bit more about that later. In terms of other features, if you have the screen on and then you put your palm over it, it will turn the screen off, which is actually pretty cool and means that, you know, you don't have to wait for it to turn itself off. Also, one of the other cool things that you can both turn on and off is wrist gesture, so you can twist your wrist up or down to navigate the menu, the different sort of little cards. So, you know, if you get a text message, it'll come up as a, you know, who sent it and how many messages you have. Then you can twist up to see what the actual message is, which is pretty cool. Now some of the use cases for this are, you know, things like if you are texting, it's very easy to reply, or at very least you can just see what the notification is. So if it's, you know, something like DHL sending you a text to say your parcel is on its way, you know, click this link if you want to track it. You don't necessarily need to look at that straight away, but if it's someone asking you what's for lunch, you can easily reply to that pretty quickly. Also things like calls. If you are making a phone call or you're receiving a phone call, you can answer it on here. It will answer, it will pick it up on your phone, and you still have to use the phone to answer it. You do not actually make the calls on here, so you don't use the mic and speaker that's here, but overall it's a really nice experience. It makes it a lot easier. And also when you are on calls, you can mute the mic, you can hang up the call from the watch, and you can put it on speaker, which just makes things a little bit easier and less kind of annoying to pull the phone off your ear, find out which button it is, press that one, put it down, do whatever you want to do. You can just do it from the watch. It's quite easy. Also something I found quite useful was if you're cooking and you want to set a timer really quickly, you know, if you're throwing something in the oven, you can't be bothered to try and work out mentally how long it's going to take. You just say, "Okay Google, set a timer for 20 minutes, and then your watch will vibrate in 20 minutes when your dinner's ready. So that's pretty cool. And as I was saying, the other really cool thing is actually the maps. So if you're driving, a smartwatch, especially a smartwatch like this, is really awesome. So stuff like if you are navigating, it allows you to see basically what the next, your next turn or whatever, or which junction you're going to take at a roundabout, just at the sort of mini card at the bottom, which is really useful. It shows you how far away you are from the next thing, and when I was navigating, it was really good and really useful. Also, generally when driving, having a smartwatch is generally a lot safer than taking your phone out. Generally more legal than taking your phone out as well, and means that you can both reply to texts without really texting and answer calls and stuff like that. And generally I just found it a really good experience, and especially for, at the time of filming, 150 quid, I personally think this is really good value. So when I first got the watch, I generally thought it was just going to be a 150 quid notification center that I would occasionally check, but generally I would just use my phone anyway, and it wouldn't really be all that useful. That's what I first thought, but then when I started to use it and I started to get used to having it on my wrist, and obviously getting used to having a watch in general, I found that it was actually incredibly useful. For me, it became a lot more of a easy tool to do stuff, rather than just an extra accessory, and something that I really didn't expect to happen was actually really like it. It's a really useful kind of tool to add to any kind of day, and means that I guess my life is just a little bit easier having it on and being able to quickly check what the time is, or check what text I got, or what that vibration on my phone was, because that could be one of 30 different things, including YouTube telling me there's a video uploaded, and I'm recording a video, so that doesn't matter to me. Whereas if it was a text from my mum saying dad's dead, then that's probably something I should take into account. So yeah, it's a really nice tool. I really do like it. In terms of actual kind of pros and cons, the only thing I can think of for a kind of con to this is that the face manager or face designer app can be a little kind of difficult to use, because everything's split up, and if you want to put a watch face, you can put it on in one tab, but you can also put different watch faces on in a different tab, but you don't know that you can do that in the second one. So it's a bit complicated. So that's the only real con I can think of it, because it has a great battery life. It's actually a really decent price. It's well built. It's obviously IP67 rated. The charging isn't wireless charging, but it's certainly better than plugging in a USB cable. It's magnetic charging, like the kind of MacBook or something like that, and it's really good. It only goes in one way, but you can very clearly see which way it goes in. And overall, it's a really good watch, and I really kind of like it. In terms of scoring, I think I'm going to have to give it a 5 for pretty much everything, because it's really stylish, it performs very well, it's got a lot of great functionality, it's a really great value for money in terms of smartwatches right now, and overall I just love it. I think I'm going to have to give it the top tier award, and if I was going to give it a second one, I'd get the gold award, so one or two of those will turn up on either side, whichever side of the screen it comes up on. But yeah, it's a really awesome watch, and I definitely recommend it if you're looking for a smartwatch at any point in time, and especially because Android Wear now works on iOS, it's even better value than an Apple Watch. So yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you've got any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comments down below. Feel free to like or dislike depending on what you thought, but do let me know what you thought about the video in the comments down below, and help me improve for next time. Other than that, subscribe. Don't forget to check out these videos on Vessel 7 days early, so feel free to check the month free trial link down below. And other than that, yeah, check us out on Facebook and Twitter, and please use my Amazon affiliate link if you can. If you're buying anything on Amazon, anywhere that has Amazon in the world, I should have an affiliate link for it down below. Even if you want to pick this up, or really anything else, please do use the link, as it helps me keep the lights on and the roof over my head. So yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next video.